to discuss a little bit about my investing strategies and my philosophy, how I got really started in real estate. I used to really believe in single family homes. And as a matter of fact, I started buying them about 28, 29 years back. I also bought a multifamily back then also. But as I got more exposed to the knowledge and about what are the specific benefits of commercial real estate, it really changed me, my whole thinking process. And especially when I got to know more about multifamily or apartment investing, that really made sense to me. As a matter of fact, as you know, the recession that ended in USA a couple of years back, we're still in the trails of it, but the sector that really got some good numbers, the lenders were giving money out and so forth, financing, was the multifamily, because that was one sector that came out quickly as compared to the hotels or others and offices and so forth. The financing compared to other sectors was much better for multifamily. And about 10 years back or so, my wife said, you're really into real estate, investing, motivation speaking, all that stuff. Why don't you go ahead and take an exam for real estate broker license? Not a real estate agent or anything. My wife actually had the agent license, worked with a nice company here. But then, guess what? I went to the broker exam and I passed it in the first try. So that was exciting. Quite a great accomplishment, I thought, at that time. Real estate is, as a whole, is very exciting, and that's why you are into this university. You've learned a lot of great techniques that you can apply right away. I really prefer multifamily over other sectors for many reasons. One of the biggest reasons is the lesser risk is involved in multifamily in apartment buildings. If you own a home and a tenant leaves, then you have 100% vacancy right there. Or if you own 5 homes and 2 tenants leave, that's almost 40% vacancy. But that doesn't happen in multifamily in apartment buildings. If out of 50 unit building, 2 tenants leave, then it's 48 other tenants are left behind. Occupancy wise, that's almost 96%, and they are able to pay for all the expenses, the mortgage, the insurance, and the whole bit. So the vacancy has much less effect there with the multifamily. The economies of scale are really great also in maintaining the assets. Like if you have to change the roof for 50 or 40 homes all across town or different cities and so forth, that's a chore as compared to changing the roof of 50 apartment buildings, which might be 6 or 8 buildings, and 6 and 8 roofs can be changed at one location. Also, the maintenance people don't have to run around and take care of the different maintenance issues for single family and in multifamily, in apartment buildings or storage units or housing, student housing and so forth, senior housing. They can be all taken care of in local, wherever the apartment is. Also, the property management, the manager and other people can take care of so many different tenants at one time. The third reason I really like is the pooling of money, the syndication part of it. By pooling money together, you can buy bigger assets, bigger apartments, and also get a lot more of them. So that's where the syndication comes in, and we'll talk a lot more about it as we go on. Now, what kind of markets do I really consider are great markets? I find emerging markets. Emerging markets are the best way to follow. And if you follow the market where the jobs are, where there is increase of jobs and the demand for jobs is there, you will never go wrong. The employers are adding jobs, or big box chains are moving into that part of town or that city or like that. The market is in the path of progress, where the more businesses are moving in that direction. north, south, east, west, whatever. Local agencies are showing up and they're showing some exciting growth statistics. That's the place to go. We move to those markets. And as a matter of fact, that has served us really well in my company. We have seen some assets gaining 60 to 100% in value just in 18 to 36 months. That's quite remarkable. We are very, very happy about that. I'll share some nuggets in different modules as we go on. Now, what are some of the guidelines that we look into for emerging markets? Stable industries, large businesses, service industries should be there, new jobs, appealing lifestyles of living, high potential of renters versus homeowners, stable capital and universities also in that market, big box retail, shopping hubs and health hubs. As you know, these big box retail shopping hubs, they do a lot of research and statistics and findings, and when they are coming, they are investing lots of money into that part of the city or town. We know things are going to move in the right direction because they're waiting for a lot more people coming in that area who will be, able to buy the goods and so forth. So that's a great indicator also for emerging markets. Of course, the airport infrastructure, the roads, transportation, utilities, all that needs to be there. Population-wise, we go for about 100,000 plus population. Lately, we have even gone into cities where there are 50,000 or even 40,000 population because we know it will be growing more and more. What other metrics do I really look into when we, do successful execution of syndication and buying the assets and so forth? Syndication really, pooling of money works when we have to make a little bit money as managers and then give to the investors who are entrusting their money with us. So my philosophy is to talk to the seller's broker always for commercial real estate. Do not involve or have a buyer broker at all. It just complicates things. You don't get the right real answers and can't really gauge the temperature of the seller, their need to sell and motivation and such, behind the deal. But the key thing is you want to make sure that, the story behind the asset. Why is the seller selling? What is the timeline? How soon do they want to sell it? And so forth and so forth. Not only that, we also want to know what kind of renovations have been done in the last year or 2 or 3 years. How much money was spent? What was done with that money? What interior or exterior of the multifamily or any other commercial real estate did they really improve on, and where did the money go? How old are the appliances? How old are the roofs? How old are the boilers and others in our multifamily? We like to ask all those questions. And also, when was the last insurance claim that was done on the property? Definitely ask the broker for market comparison on the rents, because we want to make sure that once we get into the assets, where are we going to take those assets in 3 to 7 years, and then what's the exit strategy? You always want to buy with exit strategy already firmed up. But then get all the answers straight from horse's mouth, because if it's a listing broker, seller, broker, there is less vacuum in between. If we have a buyer broker and so on, we do really believe in having a great real estate attorney as a friend, or as a confidant, as a team member, who can really look through all the contracts and everything to guide us along. So this way, the negotiations are much better and straightforward if you're dealing just with a selling broker. And then they like us too, because they are getting the commission from both the sides. Because even though I'm a broker, but I don't really involve that in syndication. I like the selling broker to make a commission from both sides, and that's kind of me. They like us that way. I also like to ask what might be the minimum that the seller might expect. And Also, what's the timeline? Like I mentioned, if the note is due or some other deadlines are due, like to know that so the negotiations can be done correctly. We also want to make job easy for the brokers, the lenders, the inspectors, the investors, everybody. That will set the stage for healthy relationships and build good reputation. And if the reputation precedes you, you will be able to get a lot more people investing in your deals and communications. So be sure that remember that the good people like attorneys and the brokers, the management companies, the lenders, the banks, the loan brokers, the inspectors, the appraisers, team members we call them, people who really build our business, and we want to make sure that they see us as easy people to work with, and we'll talk about how to build a great team in another module. But to do the business, if it's easy, if it's straightforward with integrity, they like to work with investors like that. And that's where you and I are. Keep that in mind that we want to make it really good for them and easy for them.